we would never truly reach accountability. So I feel like if we know that, and certain people may or may not know that, why do you think there's so much pushback towards moving towards accountability, even though we will never reach that point?
Yeah, that's a good question. I appreciate Andy for saying it's a military state, it's a military city. That's where we're at with the power of the mayor, the fact that the mayor has complete control over the police, as we learned in the episode. Like, city council can't say anything. It really shows the lack of the people's voice being in control of the police. Power just resides with the mayor. But yeah, to your question, when you were asking, thought about a quote from George Jackson. I'm reading Blood in My Eye right now, which is a very if you're not radicalized, that text will quickly get you radicalized. But he talks about fascism and how fascism is a logical end when you have socialist uprisings happening. Basically, the people in control of capital has to get even more militant, have to exert even more control, even more force and power in order to maintain that. So I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. Like, it's literal borderline fascism. The mayor outright like refusing to even give like an eye toward something of transparency and accountability. It is an imperative of the state and people that have power from the state to be totalizing in their control, to be completely dominating over their power and control. So that's why we see this sort of gut reaction from the state, from the police union, from the mayor, because they know that this is what they have to react in order to maintain the power. That if they don't react in this way, then they lose power, they lose control of the situation.
And what's the name of this book again?
Blood in My Eye by George Jackson.
George Jackson.
Yeah, and just to like quickly piggyback off that, because Ordeja hit every point, is it even comes down to, like what she was saying, it even comes down to the little like statute, the little annotation where like city council can basically make laws on everything except for when it comes to the police.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. And so then you have this weird situation where anybody watching the episode, you could watch the episode and see, wow, okay, so city council is really trying to break the rules with trying to like issue something that could potentially change the way we manage the police. But it's like, no, we have found a foundational problem, which is like, in the first place, why would that be an exemption? A.
Right.
B, Dugan, the mayor, why is it so horrifying to them at the idea to be held accountable? Like, it really, and you can see that, maybe his words are saying like, no, you can't do it because look at this statute, but they are fighting to hold that statute in there. And in reality, if you wanted to, and I think he said something like, oh, I've been trying to speak less and listen more.
Right.
Right? Shut up. Because if that was true, then you'd be like, yeah, I mean, pass it through, because the laws are even in place in a weird way where like nothing can amend the police unless it originates from the executive office, which is the mayor. Congress is a legislative office and they stay passing things that can and do govern the military. Congress is the only one that can declare war. So it's really weird that even at a national level, you know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not crazy. Like, this is right. Like, if I knew ASL, I'd be like, what the heck in ASL, but I don't. So it's just, again, like I'm just supporting Adesha's point by it's even down to a foundational level in their mentality where they're like, no, of course we don't need to be governed, managed at all, or held accountable. And then we have the laws that were literally built in place to protect that mentality. And we can't even get through to them because they're like, no, why would we need to be held accountable?